Hello friends, welcome to Financial Comprehension. Friends, recently there was a settlement has been done on a credit card, and this I will tell you all the details. The person was struggling because of the loss of job and loss of income, so he was desperate to, and the bank people were after him, and he was desperate to do something so that he can get out of this credit card debt. The amount is very small, but for him actually he was having a lot of other financial issues and struggling, so he's now decided to do the settlement. So this settlement has been done on a credit card where the outstanding was around, if you can see, I will enlarge this little bit. This has been done, the outstanding, so you can see the bank has written this letter, so there was some reference number, date, and then subject settlement of your outstanding dues on your credit card, which is there. You can see the subject line over there. Okay, so sorry, so you can see in the subject line, and this is there. So how it has been done, so what are the things you should always keep in mind before doing a settlement, and what are the things you should do or you should not do, those things I will also tell you before doing a settlement. And so just before starting this video, and so before I get into details of this video, I will obviously request you guys to subscribe to my channel, the Financial Comprehension, and please like and share my videos so that it helps other this video helps other people who are struggling with credit card or any unsecured loans payment. Thing is that, see, first thing you just need to make sure that if you're really struggling, then you only go for settlement. If you have the money, please make the payment, because settlement will hamper your credit score very badly, and this credit like CIBIL or the Equifax or anything who has this, so CIBIL score will get affected. So you should keep your mind, should keep these things in mind, and it will hamper your financial futures. You cannot take any loans or any payment in future. So keep that thing in mind, and it will take a lot of time to improve the CIBIL score after settlement. And settlement is a temporary solution, it's not a permanent solution. Okay, so you also keep that thing also in mind. Now the thing is that how the settlement has been done and what are things you should keep in mind. First, your account should be in a minimum of a 90 months delay. Before 90 days, sorry, 90 months, pardon me, it's 90 days, not months. So 90 days delay, so like 3 months. So after 3 months you can do settlement. Before that you cannot do settlement. Secondly, you should not make a single payment to this account, to this credit card or loan account. So I'm talking about credit card, I will talk about credit card. So you should not make a single payment on this credit card for 3 months, at least 3 months. In between you will get calls, you will get pressurized, you have to handle this pressure. There are a lot of now people who has come up, some agencies, some attorneys, lawyers are there who help you in handling those harass collection calls. And if you can do it on your own, that is well and good. You can do it if you can handle those pressures from collection calls, that is okay. But for 90 days you have to deal with those calls. Post that, you can, in between 90 days you arrange fund at least for the principal amount which you have done, or at least some at least 50% of the amount on your outstanding, or 50 to 60%, and then you negotiate, you go to the bank, request them. It's up to the discretion of the bank whether they will agree or not, depending basis the situation you explain them, and basis on your situation and your financial hardship, the bank might agree to give the settlement on certain percentage. Like if your outstanding is, so in this case this was outstanding of 78,000, the bank has agreed to do the settlement at 37,000, but it's discretion on the bank. It can be more, it can be less, it's up to the bank what they decide actually, and how much you can convince them. So this is between you and the bank, your negotiations power. The thing is that it's always better to start with the low amount, but it depending on the bank. I won't say anything because it's depending on the situation. Your situation might be different from this person who has the bank has given the settlement. So depending on the situation, depending on the bank's condition also. Now, second thing, so when you should make the settlement payment. So when you get the settlement, if you get a settlement of bank agrees, so they will give a settlement letter like this, proper letterhead. It will come from the bank's mail ID, and there is one person in the bank's collection agent who will actually who will remain in touch with you. So that person and the bank will, in coordination, will send you the letter, and you should check that how this letter has been done. If you're not expert, please take some advice, some help from some financial expert, like any lawyers or any CA or any financial people or any people from the bank, or a lot of these agencies or the companies who are helping people in settlement. So you can, like free.care, I've already spoken about. So you can take their help, and you can get an idea whether this letter is genuine or not. So it should be in a proper letterhead, okay, with the bank logo and the bank name, with the details of the clause and everything. And then you can make the settlement, make the payment within the certain date. So for example, here you say this has been mentioned as to be paid on or before some 7 September. So there should be a date which you mention in letter, so to be paid on or before. So by that date you should make the payment towards your card account. And once you make the payment, you keep that payment reference number and everything in hand, and the letter, so that in future when the bank calls you or any agent calls you from the bank, you can tell them that this card has been settled, and I have the settlement letter, and I make the payment. Don't make the payment, please note one thing, do not make the payment before you receive the letter. Always make the payment once you receive the letter. Clarify with your creditor that okay, this has been whether this has been done or not, and then you make the payment. If you make the payment, don't go by any verbal communication from the agent. It is always by communication by mail and by any letter you get, and post that you make the payment. Okay, if you make the payment before you get the settlement letter, it might create some problem for you. Why? Because it might say that okay, 37,000 or any payment like 30,000 you made, and it might get into your card account as a normal payment, and your card might again get active or current, and from the next month onwards the bank might call you again. So this is one thing, always make the payment once you get the settlement letter. Keep the settlement letter safe in your any files anywhere or in your mobile, any files manager, any a lot of like DigiLock apps, something like that, so that it will be helpful for you in future also. And okay, so these are the things you should always keep in mind. So one, make the payment, only go for settlement when you don't have the money. Be aware of the consequences when you do a settlement. Secondly, you can only make the payment if you do not make any single payment towards your card for at least for 90 days, and you have to handle the collection pressures till that time, and you arrange fund in that at least a certain percentage of the outstanding, 50-60%, as much as you can, closer to a principal amount, okay, as much as close to principal amount. And then you make the payment once you get the settlement letter from your bank. Don't make the payment before receiving the settlement letter. So hope this video will be helpful, and I will bring some more information on this. And okay, and people, this I just want to I want to add one thing. I'm thinking of making some of the videos in Hindi also. I'm taking some help from persons where I can make some videos in Hindi, so that it makes people more helpful, and other languages also. So but I will first make it in Hindi. And before this topic, the settlement is a very important thing, so you can make so that I'm thinking of making certain topics on Hindi also. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel so that it helps, and please share my videos and like my videos. Thank you.